Hello, I'm Death by Buns, a variety streamer on Twitch, and recently started posting videos on YouTube. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of Honkai Impact 3, just running through some of my daily routines, as well as showing what little knowledge I have about bosses and other things important to Honkai Impact 3. I hope you enjoyed this video, so let's actually dive on into the action, shall we? So, right now, I'm going to be doing, well, weekly material missions. Easy, simple, straightforward. These ones are co-op, so gotta wait a little while. I'm going to have random people join in, and it's all just, straight up, blow them up and be done with it. Now, I'm playing on the PC version, so, everything's going to maybe look a little better. Now, this game is on PC and mobile, and a few other, platforms. Now, PC and mobile are cross-play, meaning that if you're playing it on one, you can keep playing it on the other. No issues whatsoever. Just switched up the elves. And here we go. So this time around, I was the host. So that means I've got the benefit of clicking that start button once everyone's ready to go. Beyond that, doesn't make a difference. So this is going to be quick and brutal. And it's dead. That was it. Barely had time to build up to my ultimate charge. Yeah, the Herschel reason is pretty brutal at finishing off that particular material boss quickly. For me, I always go to the left. If everyone goes to the left, everyone gets a thumbs up, and everyone gets bonus friendship points, which, well, aren't worth a whole lot, but it is a little something that helps you level up your gear and level up your Valkyries. It's a handy thing. So here's the other one for materials. It is the weekend after all. So they're both co-op. This one's just for some stuff you can turn around and sell for more gold. Currently, I'm at, 17.3 million? I think I'm pretty good on gold right now. Nope, someone else is... No. Change outfit, swap. There. Oh, alright. I'll swap back. That works too. Alright, away we go. Yeah, the only restrictions in these co-op missions is you both can't use the exact same Valkyrie. You could use an awakened and an unawakened version of the same Valkyrie. For example, the Herschel of Reason's unawakened version is the Dimension Breaker. You could have two players, both with one or the other, but you couldn't have both with the same characters, kind of deal. It's not like when you're setting up your own 3 Valkyrie team, where you can't have an awakened and unawakened version of the same Valkyrie on that team. Co-op lets you get around that, sort of. Was I host this time? I honestly don't remember. No matter. Anyway, unfortunately I was the only one that gave out a thumbs up, which is too bad. It's only an extra 5 points. Doesn't mean too much, but it does add up over time. The pack I was talking about, you buy at the supply shop here. No, sorry, not the supply shop. The actual vendor. Bundles permanent. So for every 1,000 friendship points you got, you can buy one of these. You can buy up to 99 a day. You're probably never going to be able to do that unless you save up your friendship points to an insane level, which is kind of pointless. And all these things do is they get you materials for upgrading your weapons and your Valkyries. There's not a whole lot to it. So, that's done. Materials are taken care of, so that means these missions are done. Slowly builds me up towards getting my dailies done. So what am I missing now? I need 5 more points, which, because my adventure tasks reset today, that's nothing. That'll take all of 2 seconds. Well, a little longer than that, but Alright, so I do prefer the post-Honkai Odyssey open world. I've got all of them complete. The longest one was the very first one you get to unlock for me. To get complete, it was a bit of a pain. I don't mind doing it, but ooh, did it take a long time to get done. So for me, I prefer to either find at least 4 of these AE images, or at least 2 of the phase shifters. Like, this isn't enough, that's not enough. Or even 3 of these memory disk things. That's good enough there. And let's see here. Now, I do go for these fairly regularly because I spend them quite often in the shop for a box that has a chance to give me some decent upgrade materials. To buy the full limit of boxes, you need 8 of them, and these missions are paying out in 10. Now, hang on. Alright, so this is my last mission. So far, I haven't got one that's paying out in crystal. This stuff here, you can get those in the open world, so what I'm going to do is just keep cycling through until I see that, regardless of what the rewards are down here. You can recycle your missions up to 15 times per cycle. You get to do open world missions 3 times a week, and each time you can cycle your missions up to 15 times. Now that's 15 times total for the rotation, so... Or, sorry, for that particular rotation. So each of the 3 days you can do your open world missions, you get fresh 15 set of resets. So far, no crystal. I'm passing up on all kinds of goodies. Like, I'd love to take this mission, or even this one. This is I'm working on that particular character. Oh dear, it's another good one there. Alright, so, at this point, if I want to refresh again, it's going to cost me crystal. To me, it's not worth it. So, I'm just going to pick what's available. I've already maxed out this character, and that character, so this is really my only option. There we go. Got my 5 missions. You'll be able to complete most of them relatively quickly. Usually you'll be able to get 3 stationary missions, plus 2 missions that are more or less open source. Usually your very first mission requires you to collect 3,900 crystal. Regular crystal, not the special kind. It's regular for this zone. And then the other one is usually either 7,000 in chains in crystal, or do certain kind of kills like stealth kills or aerial kills, stuff like that. So, let's have at the missions. Alright, so I'm just gonna follow the little green arrows as they direct me to where I need to go. Stealth kills are fairly easy in this zone. Oh, interesting. There, stop them from generating their shields. Now, unfortunately, Carol's not best for ground or aerial fighting. Mia is actually incredibly good at dealing with aerial targets. She can shred them fairly quickly. And the protagonist character is actually pretty good at it too. Although they're very good at either bringing an enemy down to the ground or knocking them into the air. Now that this enemy's almost dead, Carol can ground pound them. Yeah, easy peasy, all done. There's 1 mission down, 2 to go, plus the 2 side missions. I do love that if you sneak up on an enemy, you can just smash their head in. Saves you a lot of time. This, I believe, is a chase. Oh no, treasure hunt. Alright. Easy enough. And last treasure chest, right over there. Alright. These little swirly things are actually not too dangerous, but they're more annoying than anything. Those treasure seeker missions are super easy, really. Get to use that locator fairly often. Alright. So, next mission is another Purge Moon. So, well, semi-elite enemies. Nothing too challenging. As long as I'm not spotted, I've got pretty free reign to move around. So this is the area I need to be. Dealing with the ground enemies first because, well, they're not a major threat. They can cause me to miss target with some of my attacks, because the auto-targeting in this game is usable, but far from good. By getting rid of those ground targets, I remove an obstacle in, well, getting my characters to target the right enemy. Alright, now it's time for Carol to really shine. She is an extremely good ground and pound fighter. I'm actually kind of upset that you can't use her in the regular Honkai Impact 3. Because I really enjoy playing her. She is a lot of fun to just smash their heads into the ground. Alright, so I've got to kill specific enemies. So there was one here. Oh, I know what I gotta kill. I think it's those floating eyeball things. Normally there's two there, but because the mission was there, there was only one. But there's two more over here, so it's not a big deal. Get rid of that one. And now have Mia just shred these two. Oh dear. I often kill them fast enough that it's not an issue for them to be able to hit me. So, all tasks complete. I'm just going to kill this one and call it good. My loot. All done. Away I go. Alright, collect all the goodies. So that's actually going to complete the daily stuff. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Not much to it, really. So home page. Collect on the dailies. Done. Done. Get a little bit more towards my battle pass, which I've already completed the battle pass, so that doesn't really mean too much. Alright, so I got a bunch of pieces for this puzzle. Perfect. Nope, probably there. No, here. Alright. There's a corner piece. Bottom corner piece. You can tell if it's a corner piece or not when you look at the edges. You see how these ones have a little white border on some sides? So this is a middle piece, either here or here. Whoops. For some reason I keep double clicking. That is another middle piece. There we go. Corner. Not quite enough to finish the puzzle, huh? One piece short. Oh well. Well, that means that tomorrow I'll get the new keychain piece. Keychains are literally just visuals for your phone app within the game. I've got this set to random, so it always changes every time I go in. There's all kinds of them they give away. It's very neat, actually. Hang on, what's going on here? Contributions hit a new level. Perfect. Alright. Oh, there's also sim battles. I've already done these. All it is you're fighting these bosses. You have trial versions of Warframes. sorry, Valkyries. And on top of that, you can choose one of your pals or people on your friends list that you can use for additional bonuses. And now, only people that are on your friends list will count for this. You could grab someone off your armada, but these abilities don't actually activate. The reason you'd grab someone like this is to just have them show up in the middle of a fight. Unfortunately, for these fights, no one joins you. It's strictly you. So you want to use pals, or anyone on your friends list, or sensei, or student. And this person's armada and pal. That's why they're in the middle of here. But yeah, the reason for that is, let's say I choose Protea here. I'll actually have this active ability on top of the leadership skill I currently have active with these trial suits. So, on top of getting 40% critical damage, and a team with 3 biotypes will get 26% total damage, which isn't triggered, because this is a team of 2 bio and 1 quantum. And then on top of that, I'll get 50% bonus SP upon entry. This is a one-off thing, like each one of them is going to get 50 SP, which is what's used to fire off their skill abilities. And if it was a team of 3, there would also be additional bonuses, but it isn't, so that doesn't really apply here. And it also has additional rules that if you're in open world, the SP bonus can only trigger once every 10 minutes. Considering it takes 6 minutes if you're a little slow to get the open world stuff done, except if you're really exploring. Like if you just opened up a new open world zone, I do recommend wandering around and finding things to fight and resources to pick up, because there's lots of hidden resources on those maps when you first enter them. After you've found everything there is to find, then yeah, it takes about 6 minutes to complete an open world zone. Sometimes a little longer if some of the missions are more complicated than usual. Those are pretty rare, but they do come up. Anyway, yeah, I might as well run this since I'm all set up and good to go. And I think I will run with this support leader. Normally, this is a physical damage team. It's got Sealy Nymph here, which is an excellent physical damage character. Extremely good at smashing through shields like they were tinfoil. And then you've got 2 physical supports, so it's pretty good shape. But I'm going to run with Protea here. So what's going to happen there is they're going to get some bonus friendship points from me using them in a battle like this. And I'm going to get some bonus points because I used them as well. It's mutually beneficial. Here this is Sealy Nymph. She can fire her ultimate pretty much at will once it's on cooldown. By pretty much, I mean at will. The thing is, the more power you have saved up than you do, the more damage it does doing the shift. So if she's got maximum power, her shift does a tremendous amount of damage. Usually lethal against most opponents except for things like bosses. So here's the ultimate shift. All that power gone, thrown into the ability damage. And on top of that, I even knocked off its shield. It's a quantum enemy that's got shields, and Sealy is extremely good at stripping those off. Every time she shifts, she knocks off a shield. It's like 90% guaranteed. Certain scenarios against particularly difficult bosses, it might not knock the shield off, but 90% of the time, you're at least knocking one off. Alright, well, I improved my score a little bit. Doesn't matter. Like I said, I've already done all this. I've already collected all the loot. Basically, for these, you need to score 13,500 points on average between all 3, and you'll get to your maximum prize, which is 40,000 points total. Get you all this loot, which is credits you can use in the Armada shop, upgrade materials, stuff you can sell for gold if you're running low, stuff like that. And actually being in an Armada is a good thing. You don't really have to do much, just spend your stamina, run missions, and, you know, contribute to the, where is it? Pull it back up here. Contribute to the commissions. Everyone can put in 1 commission. Anyone with leadership roles, I'm in charge of this Armada, so I can put in up to 10. I can only complete 1. You can do 8 attempts at fulfilling a commission. When you're filling a commission, I recommend you choose 1 commission and completely fill it in. What happens when you complete that commission? It adds loot to the prize pool. And what happens is, when you draw, you'll get whatever the prize pool was for the previous day. It'll be divvied up amongst everyone that contributed. So if you dump in a bunch of stuff, and let's say there's a dorm ticket in there, you have a shot at getting that. Everyone who contributed has a shot at getting that. It's a good way to build up some resources, get some loot, and on top of that, you even get some Armada credit. Armada credits are what you use at this shop. Where is it here? Activity, Armada. There we go. So, every month you can buy 2 dorm tickets. They cost, I think, 400 Armada credits each. It's not too bad. And you get to buy all this stuff. The phase shifters and the advanced materials and all this resets weekly. The dorm things only resets monthly. And on top of that, if you can build up 5,000 fleet credits or Armada credits, you can buy a Honkai core, complete one. Now, you can't build up enough credits to buy these daily. They reset daily so you can buy them whenever you want. But there's no real way to build that many credits in one day through an Armada. It usually takes between 2 to 4 weeks, depending on how active you are, to build up enough to buy one of these. So roughly you can buy one a month, as long as you don't spend that resources anywhere else. But if you're very active, you can usually buy a core once a month, plus get your dorm tickets, and sometimes a few extra things. So it's a handy way to get these cores. The cores are actually fairly hard to build. They take a lot of time and a lot of resources. It's actually probably the cheapest way to get a core. You actually need those cores for upgrading your weapons. It takes one, like, other than these lower end weapons here, like this one, if I want to upgrade this, I don't need a core. It's actually fairly cheap comparatively. But let's say I want to upgrade a higher end weapon. Why am I double clicking? Anyway, right along. Now let's see here. Where's one I haven't upgraded yet? Perfect. So if I want to upgrade this weapon, oh, sorry, that's a PRI weapon. That's different. That requires even more difficult to get materials. Let's find something that's not PRI that I haven't leveled up yet. Oh, here we go. Nope, that is actually part of the Divine Keys. That's different as well. Different materials for upgrading that. Here we go. So if I wanted to upgrade this to improve its star level, I need a Honkai core, plus these other materials. The Honkai core is the hardest thing to get. So, especially when you're first starting out, you want to be very picky about where you spend those cores. Basically, your best option is to find a character set or a group of characters that you like running with, and then focus on getting their weapons, getting their stigmas, or at least the best that you can for them. And there's a great way to figure out what that is. So let's say, for example, I wanted to build up you. So I click on the character, I click on either the weapon or stigma. Now, recommendations. You just click on this or tap it on your phone. It'll give you a list of the basics. So for the basic beginner gear, you'd want this weapon. So sources, you can forge it in the foundry. You can make it. Same with these stigmas. You can forge them in the foundry. And then you've got your mastery, which is the best gear for all around most situations for this character. It's this stuff here. So get this blade. Where can I get it? I can get it through the exchange house, or I can craft it at the foundry. This is a higher end weapon, so crafting it's kind of expensive, but doable. So let's go to the foundry here. So to craft this weapon, I need its soul, plus these materials. So for the soul, I need this material, plus this stuff. And then I can forge it. Once I forge the soul, I just need to have the rest of these materials, and I can build this weapon. It'll be level 1. Now, souls are different than the regular weapons. You can use them on your characters if you want, but they are a much lesser version of the weapon. If it's on the character it's designed for, like for example, in this case, that version of Himiko, it'll work. It'll be effective. It won't be as effective as the full signature weapon, even when it doesn't have any additional stars and it's been leveled up, but it'll still be effective. So you'd craft this and run with it for a while until you built up the resources to build this. Then you'd sacrifice it to build this. Now, one thing, if you do build the soul and put it on a character, if you want to use it for an upgrade material to build another weapon, you have to replace that weapon on the other character first. So if I had this soul on this character and I wanted to upgrade it to its newer version, I'd have to swap this weapon for something else. Any other weapon that she qualifies to use will do. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be this thing, doesn't matter. You're going to run into a lot of low-tier weapons that you can use to sacrifice to upgrade weapons, sell at the shop if you want to, or even just convert it into material through the forge. So if I wanted to salvage, I can just click on the weapon I want to salvage, and it'll tell me what I'll get for salvaging it. Higher-end weapons you can salvage for cores. However, be careful with doing that. Make sure it's a weapon you can afford to get rid of. I don't want to do it for this scythe, because I haven't gotten the character that it's for, but I do plan to get them eventually. I'm only missing a couple of characters, actually. So could sacrifice this one if I want. That's been upgraded to its maximum limit, and you'll get all these resources listed here. If I decide to break it down for salvage, I don't want to. It's a backup weapon I held on to, or if I ever get a character I want to throw it on that doesn't have anything else I could throw on them. The rest of the stuff I'll probably end up sacrificing eventually when I run low on resources, because, you know, that's some mithril, which is useful material for buying other things I actually want. But I don't really need that stuff right now, so it's just sitting in my inventory gathering dust until I need the resources. Now, I did mention those funny looking cubes earlier. You use those here. See, these are those funny looking cubes. I've currently got 51 of them, a decent collection. So I buy out all these, open them up. I didn't get much. I got a little bit of co-op points and some of this stuff. Time structure. Time structure is actually kind of useful. I've been steadily building up my co-op materials, but I don't have much personal use for doing the co-op mission. However, if you're first starting out, I do recommend getting it done at least once. Where are they here? Co-op. So, there's divine key missions. Like right now, this glove is available. If you want that glove, you have to activate that mission, run it to completion the first time, and you will get those gloves. You don't have to do anything special. You'll just get them. They're a divine key, which is something special that you can use for activating buffs, the gene limit. Every divine key you have unlocks access to a different buff you could turn on. You have to choose which one you want active at the time, and then pay whatever resources required to activate it. And it'll give you static buffs on all your characters. And every key you get lets you improve that buff. And every key that you upgrade, like as you upgrade the keys, you'll be able to upgrade the buffs. For example, I have these 3 keys for this particular key of destruction. So it's actually fairly buffed up right now. In order for me to improve it further, I need to upgrade these weapons. And as I upgrade them, I can further upgrade this, which costs a fair amount of resources, which is part of the reason I don't want to spend this particular stuff, because it's very expensive to upgrade these buffs, and they are universal for all your characters. Some of them only affect the weapon, but most of them are designed to affect your entire Valkyrie team. So it's kind of handy to keep them updated as best you can. I wouldn't focus on them unless you need that particular weapon for the character you're working on, because these weapons are fairly potent. They're not the best for the Valkyries that they can go on, but they're still extremely good. If you can't get their signature weapon, these weapons are usually the next best option. And they're fairly easy to get, because the Divine Key co-op missions rotate. There's only a few of them you can't get through Divine Key missions. This you have to get through their gacha system. It'll appear every once in a while, and you can try and earn it through that. If you save up your crystal from doing missions and dailies and things, it's not that hard to get your hands on it, but it does take time. Where's another one? Is there another example? There's this one. I don't have it, but it's again through the gacha system. What else do we have? This one is a new addition that's not through the gacha system. You can actually craft it through the co-op system. So it just takes a lot of time and a lot of resources. It's not a cheap weapon to build. It does cost a considerable amount of resources. It'll take you a while to build it, but you can build it. And this one you can just get through the co-op system. But yeah, for the most part, most of these you can get through the co-op system. A few of them, like this sword and this sword, you have to get through their gacha system. The rest you can either craft or earn. And the ones you can get through the gacha system aren't too difficult to get, but once you've got them, you can only get them once. Unless you destroy it or use it for a different material, there's no way to get it again. And there's no way to actually destroy these weapons, I believe. If I'm wrong, someone let me know. If you can destroy them, well, that's the big sad, because there's certain weapons that are one-off. Once you've got it, that's it. You lose it, it's gone. By that I mean, let's see here, dual pistols. So, I forged, where is it? There's a weapon here I forged. Can't remember what it was called. But anyway, I forged it and then broke it down. And then it told me I can't forge it again. It was a one and done deal. So I built it, I broke it down, it's gone forever. I don't think it was this one. Well, maybe it was. Maybe I got a reset. I don't know. But the reason I forged it and then broke it down is because it was cheaper than trying to make a Honkai core, which normally costs you 450 of these AE images. It's kind of expensive, because it takes a while to build up these AE images, and this gun only costs 150 and can be broken down for a core. When I did it, it was one and done. I honestly don't think it's that weapon. I might not be able to see it anymore because I forged it and destroyed it. So I guess it's really gone forever for me. And no matter. It wasn't for any one character that I use, and it wasn't even the best choice for them. I already had a better choice for them. Alright, well, at any rate, that seems to be all the dailies done for Honkai Impact 3. I hope you found this stream informative, maybe a little useful. But I definitely hope that I'll see you all again for next time. For now, though, I do have this closer that I use on my Twitch stream, and I think it seems appropriate here too. So until next time, make sure you take care of your health, wash your hands properly, listen to your local health authorities, and as always, I'll catch you next time.